Hey everybody, welcome back to the Ken's Man Player Baseball Show. Today I want to do the World Series prediction. I thought I was going to have time to do it tomorrow before work, but no, open day tomorrow. I thought it was going to be Friday, but no. So I'm going to do it now. And it's going to be a little bit of a late night for me working on it, but that's okay. I love the sport, so I'm going to do it now. For the American League East, I picked the Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox have a young team. Pitching, I feel like pitching is going to be kind of interesting, but they have some veterans that I feel like should be able to put the team together and motivate to push them to go all the way. You know, we'll see. And you know, with the Boston Red Sox too, it's almost hard to count them out of the postseason when they seem like a team that's always getting close into the postseason. That's my reason I'm going for the Boston Red Sox. For the American League Central, I'm going with the Minnesota Twins. Yes, they have a lot of drama, or not too much drama. They're trying to get a new owner. Their pitching staff looks pretty decent. Now, will the pitching staff hold out throughout the season? I don't know. But also, I know you can't lean on the pitching to carry them all the way. You know, hopefully they'll have some big hitter to come up to plate. But we'll see. That's my best thought for American League Central. You know, looking at everybody else in the league, yeah, the Guardians look good. The Royals look good. And yeah, it's kind of throwing a curveball this one. Just, you know, see. I hear good things about the Twins, so I'm going to keep my chin. Excuse me. I'm going to keep my chance on Minnesota Twins for American League Central title. For American League West, I have the Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers have a young team, but they also have a lot of veterans. And they just seem like a solid team based on everything I hear and what I see of the lineup. They seem like maybe the next fun team to watch after the Dodgers. Maybe I'm just biased in somewhat. I mean, yes, the Dodgers have some great players. But the second team, I'd say, that had the most interesting players to watch are the Rangers. They got two rookies, well, not really rookies, but two young pitchers that went to Vanderbilt College, Rocker and Jack Leiter, I believe are going to be playing this year. And they're both teammates from Vanderbilt. And they're good players. I watched them play when they were in college on TV. And yeah, they got some good stuff in the tank. And I'm really excited for the Rangers. And I'm really excited to see those two players, you know, be playing on a big stage. Once you get a chance to see the Rangers, I'd say watch Rocker and Jack Leiter. Give them a chance. They're still young. They're still kind of developing themselves in the major league and trying to, you know, get their feet in the dirt. Excuse me. But I'd say they're a fun team to watch. You know, there's different players. Dartia, Josh Young, and like the pitcher that I just mentioned, and a bunch of other players. They have good players, and I'm excited to see them. All right, for National League. Oh, for American League West, that was the Rangers. I just want to make sure I clarify that. For National League East, I have the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves have good hitting, great defense, and playing on the field, but also they have good pitching. Yes, they lost Matt Fried, but I think the Braves are a good enough team they could have built up, pitching by either signing someone or bringing someone up from the farm system. I'm not really worried about them. Like I just said about the the Rangers and the Dodgers. The Braves are another exciting team to watch too. And I'll be definitely keeping my eye on them. They got some players that just came in. I think they just signed a guy that's been with the Braves for a while. And he's not bad. Jesus Kachut or something. Yeah, that's my pick for the National League East. Caught myself there. Alright. American League. No, not American League. National League Central. We are going is Milwaukee Brewers. Now, yes, I have some questions about the Brewers, and definitely the pitching staff, but I believe that they can hold it together. The Brewers can definitely make a pass to the postseason. To me, based on what I've seen from the stands, if you look at the St. Louis Cardinals, they're pretty much in a rebuild. The Cubs, I feel like, yeah, I hear good things about them, but I'm not really buying into the hype of the Cubs, being a big running contenders. I feel like after 1 year of having Craig Counsell, players didn't used to him more, but also Craig Counsell, kind of getting used to the team and how things are around Chicago Cubs area. And the Cubs got a young team that, still trying to find their way in the majors. I'm not counting them out really, but I'm not putting all my eggs in the basket for the Chicago Cubs. So that's why I went for the Brewers. The Reds, yeah, they have an okay team. Yes, they have a new manager. But I'm still not really counting the Reds to be, contenders to go all the way. The Pirates, yes, I think they're gonna be contending, but I feel like by August they're kind of gonna be falling apart a little bit. Not too far apart, but enough to at least get a wild card spot. So hopefully they'll last in that. So that's my reason why the Brewers are pretty much my last option to go to. And why not? I've been putting the Brewers either as a sleeping team or a wild card slot. I believe in the Brewers this year to at least get a National League Central title, and that would be awesome to see, especially living in Wisconsin. So there you go, to all my Brewer fans, friends, and family. Alright, National League West. I know. It may sound like I'm a bandwagon fan, but trust me, hear me out. It's hard right now to count the Dodgers out. I look at all the teams in the National League West. They're really the only team that stand out to me as playoff contender teams that can go all the way. Yet, I like the Dodgers. I don't mind them. Do I hate that they're going to championship after championship? Hey, people. I was annoyed with the Houston Astros. And look, they're dying out. They're done. They're in rebuild. Like, every franchise gonna die out. The Yankees, they died out. Now they're redoing, their franchise. There you go. The Dodgers didn't last for the time being. And yes, I know a lot of people are saying they're buying their way to the World Series. No, they're technically not. They're doing everything the right way and the way it should be. They have a great farm system, and they grow them organically. I can count a number of the players that are from the Dodgers organization that came up organically. Clayton Kershaw is one of them. Walker Buehler, who's now playing for the Red Sox, came from the Dodgers organization farm system. Matt Bunty, Gavin Lux, when Gavin Lux playing for the Reds now, and Walker Buehler playing for Boston now. But still, the point is, does it look like the Dodgers are always buying players? Yes, because they have a majority owner. They can afford it. But no, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon and say the Dodgers are the evil empire of nowadays. No, they're doing everything the right way. They have a great farm system. And that's one thing that teams need to work on in order to have a winning culture and win team, especially to last a while as a dynasty. So that's my NL West title winner. Alright, now for wild card, I have the Pirates, versus the Cubs. When I don't know why that didn't come up either. There we go. Sorry about that. So that's my wild card matchup. I know some people would not like to hear that, but like I said, I'm not holding my breath on these teams, but I do think they could get in the wild card. They both teams have young players, and there is some veteran I feel like they're gonna help those young players, but it's gonna take time. So that's why I think these two teams will be lucky to get a wild card spot. Alright, Philly versus... Who was my Phillies? Give me a moment, guys. Oh. Philly versus the Padres. I gotta go find my San Diego Padres logo. That's our upgrade. You know, this is a great matchup, I feel like, and it'll be fun to see these two teams face off with one another. But, you know, the Phillies, I think they're gonna make it. I would like to count them into the title, but I feel like there's gonna be some injuries maybe that's gonna hit them, and they'll be lucky to do a wild card spot. San Diego, I feel like they have a decent team, but I don't know how much I believe in the pitching staff. The pitching staff is kind of one of the areas I question, and can they make it? Everything else, I think they're going to be okay, but I'm not fully believing that San Diego can make it all the way. So that's my National League wild card race. Alright, so what's my American League wild card? Baltimore Orioles. No. I'm looking for my Kiters. I apologize that this is not all lined up. I thought I got all the logos up there, and they didn't. Baltimore Orioles versus Detroit Tigers. I think both teams got really fun players and young players that I'm looking forward to watching this year. Baltimore, I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on more. And the Tigers, I'll probably be watching a little bit too because, you know, young prospect players that sound like they're coming up to the majors. I feel like with the both teams' young players they got, they're not going to be able to go all the way, but they'll be lucky to get a wild card slot. So that the AL wild card, and the second one is gonna be Cleveland Guardians. Nope, I said Cleveland. Cleveland Guardians versus Camp Bay Rays. I feel like with the Rays having difficulty to, stay in their home stadium and sound like the owner's being forced to sell or want to sell, I don't know the whole drama. I'm not going to pay too much attention to it. I feel like the Rays are going to put together a team that they're going to try and reach their playoff spot. And to me, it would be a wild card spot for them. The Rays have made it to the postseason kind of the last minute and the end of the season. And I think they would like to prove to the city, give it to the fans, and prove to the owner, hey, we can do this. We got a team. And prove to MLB that they can bring in the money of fans. I would love it if the Rays can make it, and I'll be happy if they go all the way, but I don't think so. So that's why I have them at my wild card slot. Cleveland Guardians, they have a young team. Well, actually not, I wouldn't say young team, but they have a good pitching staff and some young players on the field that I think they'll be able to go halfway in the season, but I don't know if they'll be able to push it all the way. They'll be kind of luckily getting a wild card slot, but we'll see what happens with, the Guardians. I think they lost one of the players to the Diamondbacks that they traded away, so that takes away, one of the key elements of their team. I think if they add some more infield help from either trade or free agent, it will really boot the team up. But we'll see. I'm not fully believing everything I hear about the Cleveland Guardians, but that's why I have them at my wild card spot. The team that I think I almost said team go all the way. The team that I picked in the World Series that I think it didn't happen. Why is that thing not going away? It's Boston Red Sox versus the Dodgers. Yeah. Right. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm trying to fix this thing. But yeah, I think it's going to be Los Angeles Dodgers versus Boston Red Sox. Boston got a young team, but also a group of veterans that I think could help push the team to the World Series. But I don't know if they'll be able to beat the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers have a team to compete. They have the caliber, a pitching staff. They have Socani, and they're just unbelievable. It's like an all-star team on one team. Everybody can ask for. And, as much as it sounds like I'm being biased, no, I think the Dodgers are going to go all the way. Even though it's kind of a hard pill to swallow, but that's the team that I believe is going to go all the way this year. So, yeah, that's my World Series prediction as far as who I think can go all the way to the postseason. And I want to thank you for watching this video. If you like this kind of video, sorry for everything else. But if you like this video, hit subscribe and hit the like button. And, keep it updated for more baseball content. Thanks for watching. Take care.